Good morning, lords and ladies. Welcome to A Morning with the Lord. I'm the friendly neighbourhood Lord Duffield. Today is the 5th of the 11th, 2021. It's a lovely morning here. I've got the window open. You might hear some background noise of birds chirping, but that's why it's open. Because why not? You've got on today's agenda, I've got Sky News open here and 7. Now, the first thing that comes up on Sky News is something saying inside alleged Cleo abductor's home and obsessed with dolls. Now, I want to have a quick gander at this because I saw a story yesterday on the news just in passing that the person whose pictures were put up as Cleo's abductor weren't actually him. They put the wrong guy's picture out there. Now, I just want to see if this is the dude or the wrong one. Anyway, it says kidnapper Terence Kelly. Oh shit, I shouldn't say the name, just in case. This is the problem. This is why I wanted to have a look at it, because, you know, it harkens back to what I was saying about the news putting up pictures of people who break quarantine, and I don't think that's right. And once again, they've fucked up, put up pictures in regards to a child abduction case, mind you, of the wrong person. So fucking this poor bloke is going to have his pictures connected with that forever. If he comes from a small town. Fuck. Yeah. That's bloody terrible if that actually happened. Like I said, I only saw it in passing. I'm not 100%. But as far as I know, that's what I heard. There was a picture of two people, one in an ambulance or one getting handcuffed. I'm not sure. And apparently they put the pictures of the wrong dude up. Let's read this here, see if it's actually him. The man allegedly behind the abduction of 4-year-old Carnarvon. Sorry, I know that, but it never looks like how it's spelt. Girl Cleo Smith had a room in his house filled with dozens of toy dolls. Terence Kelly, who has been charged with a number of offences, including one count of forcibly taking... Okay, so this is him. Social media shows the 36-year-old posing with Bratz dolls. Okay, so... yeah. This dude's obviously... Shush you. Bloody ads. Yeah, this dude's obviously got some weird habits. Kelly's identity was revealed late on Wednesday afternoon after he was taken to hospital twice as he reportedly harmed himself. He was pulled over in his car and arrested less than an hour before a team of 4 police officers broke into his home. Police knew Kelly was not at the house as they had waited for him to leave. He was in custody for more than 40 hours before appearing in special late afternoon sitting of court. Kelly, dressed in black, uttered several outbursts including, "Bleep are the media doing here?" The magistrate said it was an open court. Okay. It's probably got some merit looking into that, just to look behind the eyes of this whole case, but I'm not focusing on such a terrible idea so early. I just wanted to see if it was in relation to the wrong person. Alright, let's go back to Sky News. Now, there's another story here, and the title of it, before I click on it, is New South Wales and Vic agree to bring down border for free travel between states. Free travel. What the hell does that mean? Victoria and New South Wales have reopened their border ahead of Christmas in a bid to normalise living with the virus. So why is free taken out of that title? Why is it a different fucking title? It is all the time. What's the point of that? I understand the title's more clickbaity. Oh, skip that. We might have a little video story here. But don't listen. They're not paying for this. Shut up. Shut up, you.
Now, let me bring you up to date with the latest on the New South Wales-Victoria border. I called last night for that border to be opened completely in both directions as soon as possible. At the moment, Sydney-siders have just...
He called, as if it was fucking up to him. Nice try, mate.
Been allowed back into Victoria, but anyone entering New South Wales from Victoria has to go into home quarantine. And people in Melbourne aren't allowed to leave Melbourne anyway. Victoria's Deputy Premier was asked about this today.
In terms of that question of travel, there is obviously engagement between jurisdictions at a national level. When we've got more to say, we will. It's not far away.
Not far away sounds encouraging. In New South Wales, the news was sounding even more promising, with the Premier saying we're going to hear more soon.
We're working through that with the Victorian government. Obviously, we want to be in a position by 1 November. We have greater uniformity across the board. They've obviously got much higher numbers in Victoria. It's pleasing to see that they are opening up shortly, and that's incredibly pleasing. But I've had a number of discussions with Premier Dan Andrews about those matters, and we'll have more to say about that shortly.
Good news. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? Because from November the 1st, any Australian overseas who is double vaxxed will be allowed into New South Wales. So it would be pretty crook if New South Wales and Victoria's border was not fully open in both directions by then, you would think.
Right. So there's still no mention there of the free nonsense. Why bring a price to cross the border into anything? This is my biggest fear, right? Everyone can go on about whatever conspiracy theories, they've come up with, but I'm going to throw mine out there on the table. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's just honestly what I fear the most happening is Australia's states cutting up into their own countries. I know it sounds far-fetched, but there was the guy who does the chopper parodies. When lockdown started, he put out a video about, like a joking video about Victoria becoming its own country. That way it doesn't have to put up with everyone else's bullshit. And I find that very telling, and because the way things generally sort of go, is you want to put that idea out there and then talk it up before anything so drastic like that happens. But, at the moment, with borders shutting down, having all these different rules, WA not even, I think they opened to Queensland the other day, but they hadn't even opened their border at all. It really makes me worry. And, growing up, I grew up in a border town, and it's funny how much people actually play into the differences over the border. We all cut ourselves into fucking little groups, and, I still like to say jokes about bloody Queenslanders and New South Wales, it's natural, but at the same time, we are one country. I honestly fear that they would split us up, and, they'd fucking try and spin some yarn like it's good for the economy, it's gonna fucking boost our economy type shit because there's going to be more money getting paid for people to cross borders and stuff, and people will buy into that, because all they care about is getting their money. I don't think any price is really worth pulling that type of move. Not that it's going to happen, that's just my fear. Anyway, we'll read here what it says. Victoria and New South Wales have ushered in a new phase of the COVID-19 pandemic, tearing down the closed border between the states of midnight on Thursday. The border between Australia's two largest states will open at 11:59 on Thursday after announcement in a joint statement from Premier Daniel Andrews. Two largest states? Victoria and New South Wales? Surely not. Maybe in people. What a weird fucking way to put it. No, I don't want to hear from bloody Alan Jones. No! How many videos are on this friggin'... Ooh, that's an ad about... That's a whole fear ad about China. Look at that. That's like a fucking action movie bloody trailer. With the Hans Zimmer like... We'll have a listen to that just to see how outrageous it is in a sec. But anyway, the move comes as COVID case numbers have been steadily decreasing, while vaccination rates surge in both states. Oh, another video coming up. My fuck, I only scrolled down a little bit. With coronavirus case numbers coming down and high vaccination rates continuing to rise in both states, New South Wales and Victoria are normalising living with the virus, the statement said. Under Victoria's traffic light system, many LGAs, as well as the ACT, were listed as orange zones. But the state's acting chief health officer on Thursday declared the entire state and territory would become green zones. This means, for the first time in more than 6 months in Victoria, all local government areas in all states and territories across Australia will be green zones for the purpose of entering Victoria, the statement said. Travellers include workers who are entering Victoria from a green zone, face no testing or quarantine requirements, but are still required to obtain a permit from Service Victoria before they arrive, to verify they aren't COVID-19 positive or required to isolate as a close contact. There will be no requirements for fully vaccinated Victorians who wish to enter New South Wales unless coming from a place of high concern. The Victorian Premier thanked the hard work of the residents of both states for rolling up their sleeves. I mean, we had no fucking choice, did we? I mean, and it's a really shit go. Like, I understand the health and safety of it, like having to quarantine. But, like, I understand the argument. I do. I don't want to say anything controversial. But, like, it's evident that, like, under the narrative that we have now, under what we've been told, when we get to 80% vaccinated, then, we're right to start doing shit again. So, I don't think it's too harsh to say, if the vaccine works, why do we have to quarantine? Because, like, it costs fuck tons of money to stay somewhere for a fortnight and not leave, So, you got, like, anyone under, anyone not in a decent pay bracket can't go anywhere. And there's heaps of people that... And, like, I've been in share housing, man. Fuck. You get kicked out quick. If someone doesn't like you or you do anything, Share housing is fucking hard, and anyone stuck in a different state having to quarantine or share house, you get kicked out. You're technically breaking the law. But fuck. That's like they say, I'm pretty sure domestic violence is up and all that sort of thing. It's like, well, fucking of course. This is what happens when you lock people up. We're all human emotions, this big ball of emotions, and we fucking lose our shit every now and again. And the protesters, I said this when all the lockdowns started. Like, cabin fever is a real thing. People can easily go crazy, and it only takes 3 days. Like, there's a really good video on Vsauce, a popular science channel. If you haven't heard of it, check it out, because it's been going for years and it is fantastic. But, you know, there's a really good video where the guy tries to test out cabin fever on himself. He locks himself in a room for 3 days without, any clocks or anything like that, and just videos it. And, it doesn't take long before he starts losing his shit type thing, So cabin fever is a real thing, and I reckon there was only one outcome that was going to come from that, and that's fucking riots. People losing their shit. I mean, we had the psychologists. We know enough about psychology to know that's what happens. And I think it was really fucking stupid to think that anything else would happen. As much as you can tell people, oh, you got to do it for the fucking good of the people. I mean, how many fuckwits do you know? But just think about it to yourself. I think we owe every fuckwit a round of applause, because there are so little people breaking the rules. And this is Australia, man. No one gives a fuck. Most of the time. I grew up here. It shows the power of the media. To be able to just say that and people fucking jump on board. Because like I said, you can go back and look over the past. I mean, it was either SARS or swine flu. Like, if you go back and watch the Chasers War and everything, and I've mentioned this before, but it was a joke, the idea of wearing a face mask, because they tried pulling it back then, and we were just like, fuck no. Like I said, superbugs were a thing. It was considered to be a stupid idea to be overly cautious when it comes to germs. But yeah, I don't see any real mention of why it might be a cost to cross the border. So I wonder why that was even in the title. Probably just to piss people like me off. Alright, I want to watch this be scared of China ad.
It's a case of tremble and obey.
Their survival is the only thing that really matters to them.
China rising. November 16th and 17th for 8 p.m.
See what I mean? Hear that shit? Boom! China rising. Check it out. Boom, boom, boom. But it's true. I mean, fucking honestly have been extremely worried about what's going to happen with the world once China went back to being like an empire, because they were a democracy, I think, and they've changed a heap of their laws and political structure and that sort of thing over the last couple of years, and it's got to be in preparation for something. Oh, all right. Let's give 7.com a gander. We got clear at the top. And here's a picture of families reuniting as New South Wales and Victoria open borders. That's the thing. Just look at that. They have pictures of this, as if this is a picture of triumph. This is a picture of the pain they have caused. And they still, they still let in fucking the ships. The only reason we got rid of the virus, pretty much, we were fucking sweet. There was no cases as far as we knew, and then they let in a fucking cruise ship. I honestly reckon that this Like, we probably did fucking nail it. Like, everyone deserves a round of applause for what we put ourselves through, you know, in fucking hope to beat this. And, you know, I reckon we probably fucking did. I mean, New Zealand did. And then we had to let in outside people. Why did anyone fucking come in? Like, why the hell didn't we have quarantine restrictions before they got on the plane? You know? I don't know, like, you know, you can't put your own laws on other people, other countries, but then fucking, you know, if they're not doing it right, we shouldn't let anyone in. And all this worry about being racist and shit, yet at the same time, we have to sit in our homes and not fucking talk to our families and see dying relatives or hug our kids and fucking, you know, then they fuck it up. And, you know, we're told not to be racist. Like, it's got nothing to do with race. Fucking, I want to see my kids again. It's that fucking simple. You know? Virus disease, we don't know. Mystery local COVID case plunges Northern Territory town into lockdown. So how does this fucking happen? I mean, yeah. And like they say, like, you know, we're meant to be changing the narrative. I might have deleted it because my first podcasts weren't so good. But in my very, I'm sure it's still up there. I'm sure it's in my very first one with video, that we look at one of the, you know, head doctors or, you know, whoever it is, one of those people speaking on the news, that it's time now to go away from looking at the cases and focus on the cases in hospitals. So if we're meant to be getting to the point of living with the virus and just knowing that it is there, then why are we fucking reporting so heavily on random cases getting around? I mean, that is what's going to happen when you release. Like, we're prepared for that. That's the whole fucking point. You know, I've got to stop saying, you know, it doesn't sound good. Let's see what else we got here. BMW driver who drove with baby on lap before fatal crash. Oh, poor, like, fucking idiot. See what I mean? How many fuckwits are out there? It's amazing we don't have more. Star speaks. Sat here with tears in my eyes. The wanted singer gives emotional update on brain tumour. I don't know who that is, and that sounds way too depressing. Holy fuck. This is all just depressing. Where's some actual news? Not these fluff pieces about people fucking dying. Indonesia cuts quarantine time in bid to lure back overseas travellers. Yeah, good on them. Sad face. New health crisis for imprisoned Tiger King star. I don't care. Oh, another tragedy. Oh, fucking hell. You know, this shit happens all the time. I understand, you know, I get news. You got to have fluff pieces and interest pieces. There's people that want to read about that, but where's the actual fucking news in between all this? I can't see any. It's all about stars or people. Jordan Nagoi returns to California. Android users warned to delete over 150 scam apps. Woolies shopper. Some dude got a barcode tattoo and it fucking read on a scanner. Matt Preston's roasted white chocolate. No one cares. Aldi shopper left gobsmacked by man's unbelievable checkout act. Who fucking cares? Seriously, where the fuck is the news? Here we go. We got world. Title world. See what we got. Diversify and expand. Chilling warning from US on China's nuclear ambition. Oh, another fucking tragedy. Fuck's sake. UK Prime Minister labelled a hypocrite after leaving climate conference on private jet. Fuck off. Prince Andrew could face trial next year. Good fucking on him. New smart car knows if driver has heart attack. Well, that's got to be handy. I mean, fucking sweet. A smart car, like, that's probably actually a good idea when you think about it. Having a pulse monitor on your car, like you'd have it around the steering wheel or something. Yeah, it's like what's that movie? It was Die Hard, where he just gets in the car and then it rings automatically through to, you know, like the insurance agency or whoever the car's registered through. Like, I thought that was really cool. Like, I understand the whole you don't want to be over surveillanced, but that's a good idea, I reckon. Like, you know, like all things, it needs proper checks and balances. Everything could be used badly if it fucking was, but having a car being able to read your fucking state. You know, imagine driving down the road, you know, you've just had a fight with the missus or something, you're in the car, fucking, you know, blah, and then, like, the car reads that your heart rate's up and shit, so it lets out, like, a lavender burst and puts on some fucking chilling music or some shit, you know. Or you have it set to play whatever music fucking after your heart rate reaches a certain level or something. That'd be cool. And car's like, are you alright, Dave? Man, that's the dream. As I said to mate the other day, I was really excited to get my new laptop when I got it a couple of years ago, because it had like Cortana on it, and I hadn't used any of the voice control type you know, software on computers or anything like that. So, or Siri, you know, I was keen to check it out. So I opened it up and I was like, well, just hoping, like, all I wanted to be able to do was at least tell it to play, like, open USB file, or like, hey Cortana, can you play DVD? Like, that'd be sweet. I don't want to have to get up to, like, you know, if we could go like Cortana pause or something. But no, it doesn't fucking do any of that. So obviously, you know, we're not that far ahead yet, except for maybe in like Elon Musk stuff. But yeah, I reckon that'd be awesome. Honestly, I can't see anything here worth fucking checking out. Childcare centres next frontline for COVID outbreak. Childcare centre. See, oh, let's read this, because this just pisses me off straight away. You know, in the lockdowns, you know, for a long time schools were left open, and schools were the first thing to open back up. And I really think that is a testament to just, you know, how far people are willing to put up with COVID rules and lockdowns and stuff. Because the first thing parents wanted was their kids back at school, because they really need to get an education, and I can't do that because mummy needs a rest. Yeah, I reckon that's, you know, that's basically what it was. Every parent was like, fuck yeah, woo! But like, we weren't even done with the like lockdowns. All the parents were still in lockdown, and you know, the news is like, kids, because they're younger and healthier, don't cop any symptoms or very little symptoms from the virus, but they can still fucking spread it. You know, they can still catch it and they can still spread it. So sending all your kids from every house into one fucking area, like, even though they're not going to get sick, they're still bringing it home. They're still spreading it. Like, what is the point of a lockdown? It's fucking null and void right there. Like I say with the fucking shopping centres not having aisles far enough apart. You know, and the whole story is, oh, you're meant to fucking be aware of your own fucking safety. But, like, no, fuck you. They have to, if we have to be 2 metres apart to move them fucking aisles. God, it pisses me off. And now we got fucking experts warning childcare centres the next fucking front line for COVID outbreaks. No fucking shit. Because that's how shit spreads. Fuck me drunk. That's not hard. That's not fucking... You don't need to be a scientist to get that. That's fucking... They tell us over and over and over and over and over and over fucking again. That's why we're wearing fucking face masks. So fucking no shit childcare centres are going to be the next front line for fucking outbreaks. Who the fuck needs that story? Drives me fucking crazy. And there's no other fucking news. There's nothing on here. Except for fucking people getting shot and bashed. Or fucking COVID shit. That is fucking irrelevant. Fuck Big Brother. International travel's back, but we're still locked down. I can't still see me kids. Fuck you. Rapid antigen test beginning trials in New South Wales schools. Fuck you. Why wasn't that done first? Why is that a problem now? It wasn't then. Emotional scenes as fucking Sydney Airport Aussies return home. No fucking shit, because you've kept them fucking apart for your fucking bullshit. Fuck you. I'm sorry, but fuck this. Pisses me off so much. I want to hear some... Like, where's some actual fucking news? World. Go into it again. See if there's anything in the actual full page. 2 dead, 1 injured at ABBA tribute concert. Fuck off. Despite bid to escape bees, desperate bid to escape bees forces Brazilian fishermen into piranha-filled lake. Fucking tragedy. Fuck off. Toll from Nigeria building collapse at 22. Okay, that's, you know, it's good to hear about, like, but that wasn't an earthquake. That was just random fucking building shit. And I wonder if that's to do with, and we might actually open that one up. That's obviously titled as a tragedy title, but in one of my other podcasts we were talking about Nigeria being overtaken by some rebel forces. Now that's some fucking news, but that's not in the title. If we read through this and that's what it's about, why isn't it in the fucking title? That's important shit. That's fucking stuff you want to hear from the news. Right, toll from Nigeria building collapse. Rescuers in Nigeria are racing to find survivors 2 days after a high-rise building under construction collapsed in a commercial capital, Lagos, as the death toll rises to 22. Anxious family members and large crowds have gathered near the site of the incident on Wednesday, hoping to hear news of those still trapped. National Emergency Management Agency Coordinator for Lagos told via text message, death toll. Yep, no. Okay, that's just a fucking... That is just a tragedy fucking post. Right, fine. Nothing about the people getting fucking killed and towns being taken over in Nigeria today. No, fair enough. Let's just talk crap. Disturbing discovery inside trick-or-treat Halloween chocolate. Fuck you! Fuck! Man, they put that story out every fucking year. Fuck off. Here for you no matter what. Collingwood teammate send support to Jordan De Goey. I think that was something about... Oh, that was the guy who was arrested. Don't care... North Korea uses Squid Game as propaganda against South Korea. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at fucking this. Now, right? There's a... Oh, fuck off. I don't care. I don't care. Ladies, lock up your husbands. Fuck you. There's a there's a video here of an ad on the Australian Squid Game challenge that the TikTokers are doing. Now, I'll put a post, I mentioned this in another podcast because it was fucking stupid. But, you know, it was written in that, like, the first article we saw, it was like a sort of be careful article from a doctor saying, like, not to try this stuff because, you know, kids got really seriously burnt. And now we've got a fucking Channel 7, I don't remember what the other one was on, but we got Channel 7 here putting up the, like, actual video of this TikTok challenge and saying how hilarious it is. I just want to see what this is. Okay, that was actually a video of a dude trying to do a sketch. And, like, that was entertaining, but that had nothing to do with challenges. It was just a sketch where, instead of the Squid Game challenges, he was playing heads down, thumbs up. Yeah, okay, so let's see what North Korea have done here. From Seoul to San Francisco, hit South Korean Netflix series Squid Game has become a hot topic of conversation in recent weeks. Now North Korea is weighing in. A North Korean propaganda website published an article Tuesday arguing that the series reveals that life in South Korea is infested by the rules of survival of the fittest, corruption and immorality. The audience feels so sad about the reality of South Korean society, which is becoming a brutal situation where humanity is destroyed in the extreme competition. The article published on the website, Irarang Miri, said of the dystopian drama. Made in South Korea, the 9-part series has become a global sensation and Netflix's most watched series. It follows 456 cash-strapped contestants, including a North Korean defector, as they compete for some $51 million in prize money. By playing a series of traditional Korean children's games, only to find that elimination from each round means death. Released last month, the show, though widely popular in South Korea, also hit a nerve for its cruel depiction of the problem of personal debt and difficulty of paying it off in the country. North Korea routinely criticizes South Korean culture and its capitalist system, contrasting it with its false depiction of itself as an egalitarian society. Okay. I'm just scrolling down here. Influence from the board. K-pop. Okay. Influence from abroad and outside information are seen as threats to North Korean leadership, and the country's leader Kim Jong-un has long been ordering his citizens to shun foreign influence from fashion to dance moves. In June, Kim branded K-pop a vicious cancer, according to KCNA, North Korea's state media agency. In July, an editorial published in the country's official newspaper, Rodong Sinmun, told young North Koreans to avoid using dangerous slang from South Korea. A new law introduced in December calls for up to 15 years in labour camps for those caught accessing South Korean entertainment, and threatens the death penalty for those caught distributing it. Fucking... Now there's some harsh shit. That is a real serious attempt to keep out anything. Poor bastards. You know, keep saying it. Fucking hell. But still, what the fuck's that story about? I mean, it started off with Squid Games, and I suppose it's not a bad story. Well, we found one amongst the fucking many. Teetering Chinese megacorp Evergrande reveals whether it will make massive payment. Manny Pacquiao to run for Philippine president. Oh, man. Go Manny. Manny Pacquiao. Gotta love that dude. He seems so nice. I was watching a few things about boxers a little while back now, around the time the Tyson fight was on, and Manny Pacquiao, what a legend. I want to see what this Evergrande thing is. Experts spot striking change in Kim Jong-un's appearance during bizarre military display. You know, like, there's a lot of things about Kim Jong's appearance because he disappeared there. You know, and everyone was expecting him to probably have been killed. But, yeah, I don't know. I find that even the title "Experts Spot Striking Change in Kim Jong-un's Appearance," you know, that automatically to me just sounds like those old conspiracy theory videos when they're talking about like a change in behaviour for presidents and that sort of shit. But alright, we'll have a quick look at these last couple of stories. Okay, so teetering Chinese megacorp Evergrande reveals whether it will make massive payment. China Evergrande Group's main unit says it will make a bond coupon payment on September 23. We're fucking... Is this next year? September 25. Offering some relief to a jittery market on edge over fears that a default of China's number 2 developer could ripple through the global financial system. US stock futures, the YUAN, and the risk-sensitive Australian dollar rose, while safe haven assets such as the YEN and US Treasuries slipped. Hangda Real Estate Group said in a statement on Wednesday it would make the coupon payment on its Shenzhen traded 5.8% September 2025 bond on time on September 3. September 23rd. The announcement comes as Evergrande, once the country's top-selling developer, inches closer to a key deadline for an interest payment on a dollar bond, with financial markets tense even as investors and analysts played down the threat of its troubles becoming the country's Lehman moment. Hangda Real Estate coupon payments total 232 million yuan, about 49.5 million Australian, I think, according to Refinitiv data. Trade in Evergrande's onshore exchange traded bonds has been halted since September 16, when Hangda Real Estate applied to suspend trading for a day. While trading technically resumed on September 17, it now only takes place through negotiated transactions in what traders said was an attempt to curb volatility. While concerns about the spillover from a messy collapse roiled markets on Monday, US stocks were flat on Tuesday and Chinese shares opened sharply, lower after a 2-day public holiday. But China's property index later recovered losses and was up more than 3%, while banking stocks were down around 3%. Evergrande is so deeply intertwined with China's broader economy, from retail investors to infrastructure-related firms, that are a gauge for global commodities demand, that fears over contagion have kept financial markets on tenterhooks. Evergrande is set to make its onshore bond payment on time, but the developer has not indicated whether it will be able to pay the $83.5 million in interest due on its March 22nd bond on Thursday. It has another $47.5 million payment due on September 29 for March 2024 notes. Both bonds would default if Evergrande fails to settle the interest within 30 days of the scheduled payment dates. Evergrande missed interest payments due Monday to at least two of its largest bank creditors, Bloomberg reported on Tuesday, citing people familiar with the matter. The missed payments had been expected, as China's housing ministry had said that the company would be unable to pay on time, Bloomberg said. As investors and policy around the world tried to assess the potential fallout, Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Chair Gary Gensler said the US market is in a better position to absorb a potential global shock from a major company default than it was before 2007 and 2009. That's the whole article. But there's no dates here. What, like, they're talking about these payments on September 23rd. We're in fucking November. Published Wednesday, the 22nd of September. Oh, well, fuck me. What's this doing on the 22nd of September? That's how far back we have to go for any decent fucking news. The fuck is up with this shit? This is like on their main fucking page. Like, how often do they do fucking world reports if this is how, like, shit it is? Jesus Christ. And, like, let's just discuss the, besides the fact that this is an old news story, that's a pretty interesting thing. Like, why would, like, these are considered, I think it said, China's second largest, number 2 developer. How are they not making these payments? Why? I mean, from everything that we say, you know, China gets most of our money. They have all this fucking, they're the biggest, well, one of the biggest economies in the world. How is it that they're missing payments? And it's to the US. So, could this be a tactical move? Could they be, you know, purposely doing this, trying to affect the market? Or trying to scare America and us by not paying fucking debts? Because, I mean, like, all that shit I totally don't understand. You would be able to understand if it was a fucking, you know, simple trading system where, you know, you borrow money, you have to pay it back. But you see that clock counter in, you know, the US about how much fucking debt they're in constantly, and, you know, we're all getting further in debt, although, you know, economies are rising. But America, like, or the West, I'm sure, like, we've got unpaid debts. I don't know how we go on paying on time with fucking contracts. I don't know if we, I've never seen anything relating to that as far as I can remember. But, that's here I go again, but that's an interesting situation. I wonder what was actually going on, and I wonder if it's still going on. That'd be something you'd want an update on, considering they did this in fucking September. Why aren't we getting the news report where after, when did it say the payment due? Due on September 29. So, why don't we have fucking a September 29 article? Why do we just have this one? Fucking waste of time. Got tragedies to talk about. Right, what's the other one open here? Exports spot striking change in Kim Jong. Oh yes, the change in the president's appearance. The actual media conspiracy story. I think there's a... No! Don't listen to the ad! Don't listen to the ad! Yeah, mute you. No one cares. Alright, let's hear the report that they've done. Sanction conspiracy theory, here we go.
North Korea could soon be resuming production of its nuclear weapons. In its annual report dated Friday, the International Atomic Energy Agency said Pyongyang appeared to have restarted a nuclear reactor believed to have once produced plutonium for the country's nuclear arsenal. It said in its report that for 2.5 years, there had been no indications of that reactor's operation at Yongbyon, a complex at the heart of Pyongyang's nuclear program, until July. It added that the apparent restart of the reactor coincides with indications of activity at a nearby uranium mine and plant. That comes after the IAEA said there had been signs at Yongbyon of possible reprocessing work to separate plutonium from spent reactor fuel earlier this year. The IAEA, which is the UN's atomic watchdog, called the new indications deeply troubling. It monitors North Korea from afar, largely through satellite imagery, after its inspectors were expelled by Pyongyang in 2009.
Did you hear anything about fucking Kim Jong-un's appearance in that story? Shut up. Anything. What the bloody hell? Why are we watching this shit? Like, I know the videos that come up on this website, on Channel 7, when you click on an article, they're not always relating to the article you're clicking on. They're just close, and then you get these other stories come through, like there's Malcolm Turnbull slamming Scott Morrison here, Henry Ruggs in court after fatal vehicle crash, blah blah blah. So, totally get it, but fucking come on, there's got to be some there's got to be some reason they did that. It can't be fucking accidental. I mean, they got this clickbaity title, and then the first thing you see is, where fuck, look out, fucking Korea are back on the nuclear path. Alright, let's read a little bit of this article, because like I said, it just sounds like a fucking mimic of conspiracy theorist. Anyway, North Korea held a midnight military parade in Pyongyang early Thursday to mark the 73rd anniversary of its founding, the country's state media reported. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un appeared on a platform in Kim Tu-sung Square and waved at the crowd. But there was no mention of him giving a speech, according to Rodong Sinmun. North Korea experts noted that images of Kim appeared to show the North Korean leader has lost weight, adding support to a state media report from June that he had slimmed down. It's striking how much healthier Kim Jong-un is looking in these photos from yesterday, tweeted Martin Williams, a fellow working on the 38th North project at Stimson Center. However, he is doing it, and there are theories. He looks a lot better than he did a few months ago. State media reports made no mention of Kim Jong-un's sister and high official Kim Yo-jong. During the parade, planes flew above Pyongyang, firing flares, and paratroopers dropped from aircraft in the night sky. Rodong Sinmun said. Down in the street, marching bands led a parade which included labourers, research units, and emergency disease prevention unit, it added. Images of the parade showed a large contingent of marchers dressed in orange hazmat-style suits and gas masks. The notoriously reclusive country severed almost all of its ties with the outside world in 2020 to prevent an influx of the coronavirus cases, and to date it seems to have worked. North Korea has not reported a major outbreak of COVID-19, and there have been no indications one has taken place, though experts doubt Pyongyang's claim the country has not seen a single case. Most, if not all, foreign diplomats and aid workers have left the country, citing shortages of goods and extreme restrictions on daily life. In June, Kim fired several senior officials who failed to enforce North Korea's stringent COVID-19 prevention. State news agency KCNA reported. It appears some members... Alright, fuck it. Yeah, fuck all about how he looked. It wasn't even brought up as strange like the title made out. It was just brought up as a fucking statement. Because of fuck. See, this is just some... And then to swing into Corona. And parades and shit. But it's just mainly Corona. And parades. Lots of pictures. Yeah. But yeah, there we go. That's his last paragraph. He said North Korea will increase the People's Army, a pillar in defending the state, and will ramp up its defence industries to turn the whole country into a fortress. Well, there we go. Now, let's see when this article was published. Because, 9th of September. That's how far we've gone back. And these are just off their main fucking stories under the World tab. I didn't fucking scroll down far. God. That's how long it's been since we've had any news. Like on 9th of September. 20th or something. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, I do apologise that this podcast just ended up being a fucking rant about the internet. And no, while I'm on it, I want to bring this up. I don't know if I brought it up on here yet. I know I stream on Twitch, Lord Duffield, go check it out. But I say on there all the friggin' time, Malcolm Turnbull and the Australian government fucked our internet. I cannot even stream an online game. The internet is that slow. And this is meant to be the, good, I'm paying for this shit. Here we go again, But fucking, it pisses me off to no end. You can't do anything. I honestly, these podcasts, I do them in the morning. I'm not done until fucking lunch. Putting them up online and that sort of thing. It takes bloody forever. We just can't do a damn thing with it. So bad. It frustrates the hell out of me. Just because, we're in the middle of laying the NBN, and what happened was, they've laid all the fibre optic cables, but when those cables leave the street and go to the box on the house, they've still got the copper connections. So we don't get any of the speed. It's a completely wasted bloody endeavour that they gave up on halfway through. And you still got to pay for it. They'll still advertise it as being fibre optic, but we got worse fucking internet reception than Kazakhstan, for fuck's sake. Worse than those desert nations you see and think about when you think of, fucking the desert nations. Got better internet than we do. What's that bloody saying? There's a serious fuck up somewhere. Anyway, lords and ladies, it's the 5th of the 11th, 2021. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Lord Duffield. you have been listening to A Morning with the Lord, and hopefully next time we got something to actually look at. Until then.